Paul, how important is the EFL Youth Development Week in terms of helping our academy shine a light on all the work that we do?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, as everyone knows, bringing young players through at Blackburn Rovers is really, really important. So I think the opportunity for us to showcase what we do at the academy in this week is great for us, because it's something that's really important to us as a staff down at the academy, but it's also something that's really important to everyone at the football club, from the fans right up to the board of directors and the owners.
How key is that? It feels like it's become sort of a fundamental of Blackburn Rovers, part of their DNA.
Yeah, absolutely. From as long as I've been involved in football, I've always known that Blackburn Rovers is a club that wants to bring young players through. I've only been here for 4 years, but in my journey as a coach before coming to Blackburn Rovers, I could feel that when I came here. And then when you come to work here, you feel it even more. Like I say, there's just a real determination from everyone at the football club, and I would include the fans in that, to get young players through and get them onto that pitch at Ewood Park.
Why do you think it is so important to the club in this day and age in particular?
I think probably initially there was some early success with young players when the academy system was starting off. So, you know, if I can think back to people like David Dunn, Paul Gallagher, there's obviously loads and loads of names over the years that have come through. And then I think as that run of bringing young players through has continued, it's just got bigger and bigger at the club. So it's just got loads of momentum over the years. So it's almost become a thing at Blackburn Rovers that's what we do. You know, we bring young players through. And then obviously in the current day, with us being in the Championship, with us being in the northwest of England and surrounded by some huge clubs, especially the 2 Liverpool clubs, the 2 Manchester clubs, you know, we have to try and do things a little bit differently. And what we do is we bring young players through and try and get them into our first team, or, you know, as we've seen with Adam recently, you know, generate income through developing our own players.
How much does that history of the academy then sort of motivate and inspire everyone here today, and through staff and the young footballers that are currently at the club?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a developer, as a youth developer, and I would include all the staff who work down at the academy in that. So from the kit people to the coaching staff and everything in between, it's really, really important that you feel part of something. We definitely do feel part of something here. It certainly doesn't feel like we're going through the motions, or you know, there's no point into what we're doing. We feel like we can achieve things. We feel like if we do a good job here with the young players, they're going to get opportunities. So there's loads and loads of talent down here, as there probably are at a lot of academies around the country. But here it really feels like they're going to get through, and we use that when we're speaking to players and parents, and we show them the history. We show them the pathway that we've got, and I think that's really, really helpful. So it put all that into the mix, and yeah, it's just something that works here, and yeah, it's good. I think we have got a really, really good balance here at Blackburn Rovers with regards to that talent pool, but also them opportunities for young players to get into the team.
You use the word pathway there. How key a part of everything is that perhaps the young players themselves can see what can be achieved? Yeah,
it's really important that they can see that. I think that, you know, you can be a really, really talented young player, but if in front of you, if you don't see players who've walked that path before you, if you don't see that they're getting opportunities, yeah, there's nothing to aspire to, or, you know, you're going to have doubts as to whether, you know, you're going to be able to get in. But because that has happened so much over the years, it's really easy for us to sell that to young players and to their parents, and to show them, yeah, this is what happens here. If you're good enough, you're going to get the opportunities.
Tell me about your role now, which has changed over the course of time, obviously, and how you feel about sort of leading the journey of many of these young footballers and being in overall charge of what goes on down here.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility. I'm really proud that I've got this position. I have worked very hard over the years to get to this position. But yeah, it's exciting, really, really exciting. It's something that since I started my journey in academy football as a coach, as a young aspiring coach, it's something that I've always wanted to get to this point. It's almost like I've been working towards this point. So for many years I was a foundation phase lead, so I would look after the youngest age groups within an academy, which in itself is a bit like its own mini academy. So, you know, looking after the pre-academy, which is the 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and then looking after the foundation phase, the 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s, that is like its own little mini academy in itself. And when you're working with the very youngest players in an academy, usually you get left to your own devices, and the academy manager will be very trusting. He'll say, yeah, just leave that to you. That's your area of expertise. So I got lots of opportunities to try things out and to work out what went well, coordinating everything for those age groups. And yeah, so I guess I've done it over the years in a smaller sense, and now it's just a case of I've got a few more staff to manage, I've got a few more departments to manage, and a few more players to manage. But I see my job as just helping and guiding all the experts in their different departments. So we've got some really, really good heads of department in coaching, in education, in recruitment, in player care, in sports science, in medical. We have lots of different people that are involved, and I leave them to manage their own areas, and I just got to make sure that everything's ticking along nicely, and maybe trying to look at some strategic stuff. You know, how can we evolve? How can we keep getting better all the time? And yeah, that's what I see my job as.
I was say, tell me about the staff a little bit, because everyone looks at, I guess, the end product and the footballers that make it through, but how do you create the environment, get the right people to enable them to do that, and how important are the staff in the journey that all these young lads go on?
Really, really important. You mentioned the word environment there. That's something that we are really, really proud of here down at Brockhall. It's incredibly important to us that we create that family environment for our players. We haven't got the budget that some of the bigger Category 1 clubs have got, but what we have got is a shared vision within the staff. You know, everyone is working towards the same thing. We try and get it where we give good people jobs. There's a lot of people that want jobs in football. There's a lot of highly qualified coaches. There's a lot of highly qualified physio, sports scientists that are around there. But you know, when roles do come up, my job as the head of the academy is to make sure that we get the right person. So there'll be a lot of very qualified people out there, but I'm really looking at the person. Are they going to fit into what we do down here? Like I say, it's a family down here, and everyone has to get on and kind of live to the by skill and hard work motto that we talk about all the time. It's great for us, you know. All we have to do is just refer everyone to that badge all the time. Are you working hard, and are you doing what you're good at really, really well?
Can you describe the feeling when you see a lad that's been through the academy system, a Christy Montgomery, for example, who's done it very, very recently, came here as a very young boy and has grown up and gone on to play for the first team? What does it mean to everybody in this building?
Yeah, there's no better feeling for developers than seeing a boy who's come through the academy make the debut on the first team pitch. That's the reason that most of us do it. I'd be almost certain that most of the staff that work here, they definitely don't do it for the money, and that's the same for all staff who work in academy football, whether you work for Real Madrid or whether you work for Accrington Stanley. I actually think that most developers do it because that's what they want. They want to see young people progressing, you know, doing well in life. And actually, we're just as proud of the boys who get successes outside of football as well. So yeah, them successes are really important to us as well. We just hope that we've had some small input and some small influence on that person that comes out at the other side, really.